we are given the equation of the ellipse. So the equation is x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 is equal to 1. So we're asked to find the coordinates of the foci, the vertices, co-vertices of the given ellipse. Okay, so we have the equation now. X squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. So asa man unsa may itong A niyan, unsay atong B. Take note nga ang for the ellipse kung unsay dako nga a value, that will be our A squared. So this will follow now the equation x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. So giyon sa mata pagkabalo nga ang a squared will be the denominator sa x squared. Take note nga ato ra siyang tan-awon kung asay dako nga value. So ang dako nga value in this one is 25, so that will be our a squared, and then a smaller value will be our b squared. So now we can solve for our a and b. So a squared is equal to 25. Then take the square root on of both sides. So atong a is equal to square root of 25, which is equal to 5. And then our b squared is equal to 9. So our b is equal to the square root of 9, which is equal to 3. And then the formula for c sa ellipse is c. This is equal to the square root of a squared minus b squared. Okay, so muna siya itong formula for c. Kung saan na ito pag-solve ang c, it is the square root of a squared minus b squared. Or ang a squared na to should be the larger nga number. So our c is equal to the square root of a squared is 25 minus b squared. Ang atong b squared in this case is 9. So c is equal to the square root of 25 minus 9 is 16. So our c is equal to square root of 16 is 4. So kaning value sa c is 4. This will help us in determining kung asa ang atong F1 o F2. Okay, so sa ganito. So we have now our ellipse x squared over 25 plus y squared over, this is 9. Okay, so from our solution, ang atong a ini is equal to 5. Ang b is equal to 3, and then our c is equal to 4. So kaning value ini sa a, sa b ug c, muna itong gamiton sa pag-plot nato kaning ellipse nga x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 is equal to 1. Okay, so this is now our x and this is our y. Okay, so kaning nga equation sa ellipse. So this will have a horizontal orientation. So nga horizontal man. So horizontal siya kaya ang value sa denominator nato sa x is bigger. So 25. So mas dako siya sa denominator nato sa y squared. So more ni atong timan-an niya kung dako ang value sa dako ang denominator sa x squared. So it means along the x-axis mas taas siya compared sa gamito na to ang value sa a. Sa atong a ni mag-determine sa atong vertex or the vertices. So from the center of the ellipse, mukount ra ta og 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is now our V1. So atong location na to sa V1 is at -5 and 0. So nganong negative -9? Because it is to the left of the origin. And then again mo count ta og 5 padlong sa right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is now our point V2. So sa may location sa itong point V2, it is 5 and 0. Okay. How about sa value sa B? So value sa B, that is now our value nga itong gamiton pag-determine sa itong co-vertices. So co-vertices. So 3. So gikan sa origin mo count ta og 3 downward o upward. So first padulong sa ubos. So 1, 2, 3, or this is -1, -2, -3. So this is now our co-vertex nga W1. So unsa may location sa atong W1? So it is at 0 then -3. So this is 0, -3. And then again from the origin padulong sa taas, so we have 1, 2, 3. So this point is our co-vertices W2. So kaning itong W2 is at, so yung location niya is 0 ang value sa x and then 3. Okay. So we have now our vertices V1 and V2, then co-vertices W1 and W2. So ato na raw ma-draw ang atong ellipse. So this is now our ellipse nga x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 is equal to 1. How about ang value sa C or atong two foci? So the plural of focus is foci. So for the foci 1 or F1, so gikan sa center sa ellipse o count ra tag 4. So 4. So this is now our F1. So sa location sa atong F1. So along the x-axis it is -4 and then 0. Then for F2, count na butag 4 gikan sa center 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our F2. So atong location sa atong F2 is at 4, 0. So this is now our ellipse. We have the vertices V1 and V2, foci F1 and F2, and its location, and then we have co-vertices W1 and W2. So our ellipse has, ang center niya is at the origin 0, 0. So muni itong center. Ang atong vertices ang atong V1, location sa V1 is at negative 5, 0. V2, we have 5, 0. Co-vertices. Co-vertices ang W1 o W2. So, W1 is, location niya is 0, negative 3. And then, W2 is at 0, 3. And then, we have the foci. So, foci na to is F1 and F2 duha. So, atong F1, location na is at negative 4, 0. F2 is at 4 and 0. Okay. So, kaning ato ang ellipse ng x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1 has this graph. So, aton siyang i-check. Pwede na ito siyang i-check using a graphing graphing application sa inyong sa atong we'll try checking our answer using this application, graphing calculator. So, atong i-input ang equation ng x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. So, we have x squared divided by 25 plus y squared divided by 9 equals 1. Okay. So that is now our ellipse x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. So pwede na itong ma-check na. So this is one way of checking by using this application. For our next example, we're given the ellipse x squared over 16 plus y minus 2 squared over 25 is equal to 1. So the question now is, asa man ang atong a squared o b squared? So take note, ang dako nga value mogo na siya atong a squared. So kani nga equation sa ellipse mo fall ni siya sa form nga x minus h squared over, so mas gamay man ni siyang 16, this will be b plus y minus k squared over a equal to 1. Okay. So sa atong table of properties sa ellipse, so daan ni siya, parehin ni siya ini x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. So ang atong ellipse now is vertical or gitindog. Okay. So ato sang square ni sa squared. Okay. So first ato sang isolve ang atong value sa a, b, and c. So atong a squared is equal to kanang mas dako nga denominator. So 25. So simplifying atong square root ang both sides. So a na to is equal to square root of 25, which is equal to 5. And then ang atong b, so b squared is equal to 16. So atong b is equal to the square root of 16. So b na to is equal to 4. How about our c? Okay, in solving for c, the formula is c is equal to a squared minus b squared. Okay, so standard guni siya nga formula sa c. It is the square root of a squared minus b squared. Okay, we'll now solve for c. So c is equal to square root of a squared minus b squared. The square root of a squared minus b squared. So this is the formula in solving for c. Square root of a squared minus b squared. So our a squared is equal to 25, or the bigger nga value, minus b squared. Ang atong b squared is 16. So c is equal to 25 minus 16 is equal to 9. So c is equal to 3. So atong gamiton sa pagplot sa ellipse, atong gamitan ng value sa a, which is 5, b yung 4, and then c nga 3. But first ato siyang pangitawon ang center sa ellipse. So if you will notice, we have x squared. So pasabot ining x squared, so pareho ra ni siya og x minus 0 squared. Okay? So kanang x squared is pareho ra ni siya og x minus 0 squared. So atong x minus h ini is x minus 0. Okay. So ang value now sa, or ang location sa atong center sa ellipse is at hk, which is at 0, 2. So giunsa na to pagkuha ning 0, 2. So ato ra na siya gisolve. Atong gisolve ang h. So x minus h equals x minus 0. Atong gitranspose ang x sa left side, so ni cancel out ang x. So minus h minus 0, h is equal to 0, and then y minus 2, that is our y minus k. So kaning y minus 2 mao ni ang atong y minus k. So y minus 2 equals y minus k. Transpose ang y sa left. So y minus y. So we have negative 2 equals negative k. So actually, puro mo na siya negative. Ato na siya makancel out or ato siyang i-divide ron og negative 1 left and right. So negative 2 divided by negative 1. We have 2. Then negative k over negative 1 equals k. Sa atong k is equal to 2. So atong i-divide og negative 1, actually ato rang gi-1. Ato rang gi-cancel out. Puro mo na siya negative. Negative 2 ug negative k, ma-cancel out ra ang negative. So ang atong k is equal to 2. So the center of the ellipse is at hk. So atong h is 0 and then ang k is 2. So the center of the ellipse is at 0, 2. Okay. So ato nang i-plot ron ang atong parabola nga x squared over 16 plus y minus 2 squared over 25 equals 1. So sa atong solution kanina, atong nakita nga ang atong center is at 0, 2, atong a equals 5, b equals 4, then c equals 3. And then, so comparing sa denominator sa x squared ug sa y minus 2 squared, so mas dako ang numerator sa y minus 2 squared or kana sa y part. So it means ini ang atong ellipse is vertical or patindog. It is along the y-axis. So the first thing that we will do is atong pangitao ng center sa ellipse. So C is at 0, 2. So asa man ning 0, 2? So sa atong xy plane, so this is the origin nga 0. So at x equals 0, so it is along the y-axis. So 0 siya and then count tag 2. So 1, 2. This is our center. Yang location is at 0, 2. And then, from the center, aritan mo count og atong values using values sa A, values sa B, and values sa C para sa ato ang vertices, co-vertices ug sa ato ang foci. So, ang atong value is A is 5. So, gikan sa C, mukhaon ta og 5 along the y-axis. Kay patindog man siya because mas dako ang denominator sa y compare sa x. So, count ta og primero pad ubos ta. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be our, according sa atong formula, this will be our V1. So this will be our vertex 1. Then pataas na po dire is count na po tag 5 from the center of the ellipse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our V2. And then B. Kaning value sa B, this will be for our co-vertices. So along the x-axis. So iyang gilap dun. So it is 4. So from the center, count ta og 4 to the right and to the left. So ang atong to the left is our, so to the left is W1, to the right is W2. Okay. So count ta og 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be our co-vertices W1. Then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. our co-vertex nga W2. And then for our foci, two foci. So atong foci na to is ang atong F1 ug F2. So kaning F1 ug F2, so this will be from the center to F1 and from the center to F2, kani siya muna siya ang atong value sa C. So kini siya muna yung value sa C, kini. So gikan diri sa center padulong sa F1 ug sa F2. So our C is equal to 3. So gikan sa center mo count ta og 3 downwards. 1, 2, 3. This is our F1. And then from the center padulong sa taas 1, 2, 3. This is our F2. Then now we can draw our ellipse. So atong ellipse is so atong sumpayon ra atong vertices and co-vertices. Okay. Now, let us now find the location of our vertices and co-vertices. So, kaning V1, sa may location sa V1. So, V1 is from the origin, ari gud ta mag-base sa origin. So, it is, ang x niya is 0 and then we have -1, -2, -3. So, atong V1 is 0, -3. Location sa V1. Atong V2 or vertex 2. So, from the origin, it is along the x-axis, 0. So, 0 na siya. And then, along the y-axis, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, it is 0, 7. Then, ang atong co-vertex 1. So, along the x-axis, it is -1, -2, -3, -4. So, -4. Then, along the y-axis, it is 2. So, -4 and 2. And then, our co-vertex 2. So, along the x-axis, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4. And then, along the y-axis, it is 2. So, location of our co-vertex 2 is 4, 2. And then, our F1, focus 1. So, along the x-axis, it is 0. And then, along the y-axis, it is -1. And then, F2. Ang F2, along the x-axis, it is nasya sa 0. But along the y-axis, it is 5. So we can now make an ang summary sa atoang vertex. So first, center. So location sa atong center is at center sa ellipse. Location niya is 0 and 2. And then we can proceed with the foci. Ang atong foci. Ang atong F1 is at 0, -1. Okay? Atong focus 2 is at 0, 5. Then vertices. V1. Itong V1 is at 0, -3. Vertex 2, it is at 0, 7. And then co-vertices. Co-vertices. Sa itong co-vertices, W1. Location sa W1, it is at -4, 2. And then W2 is at 4 and 2. Okay, to check our answer if kaning atong drawing is maubog gani siya drawing sa atong x squared over 16 plus y minus 2 squared over 25 equals 1. So atong gamitan sa atoang graphing application. So kung kani siya nga drawing is kani nga drawing maubog gani ang atong giplot. Okay, so atong gamitan og again, this is the GeoGebra graphing application. So atong i-input ang atoang ellipse. So we have x squared divided by 16 plus parenthesis y minus 2 squared divided by 25 equals 1. Okay? So that is now the ellipse according to our graphing application. So compare ang atong answer. So location niya is y-intercept 0, -3. So sakto no, atong V1 is at 0, -3. Then ang atoang V2 is at 0, 7. Okay? For our next example, we are given the equation of the ellipse x plus 3 squared over 24 plus y minus 5 squared over 49 equals 1. So again, we will find, or we have to give the coordinates, the center, foci, vertices, and co-vertices of this ellipse. So first, let us observe or see if what is the orientation of our ellipse. So ato rang i-compare ang denominator sa kaning x part and denominator is sa y nga part. So atong i-compare kung asa mo'y dako. Kung asay dako ana, muna siya atong a. So in this case, dako ang 49. So kaning kuan 49 muna atong a, then ang 24 muna atong b. So ang atong kuan ni ang atong equation ini will be x minus h squared over b plus y minus k squared over a is equal to 1. So x minus h squared over b plus y minus k squared this is squared equals 1. So from our table, mao ni siya nga ellipse x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. So atong ellipse is patindog. Major axis niya is vertical, ayang minor axis is horizontal. Okay. So first, ato sang isolve ang iyahang center. Center of the ellipse. So atong isolve ang iyahang pasamutang center, atong isolve ang iyang h and k. So to solve for h and k, kaning atong x minus h and x plus 3 ato rin siyang i-equate para masolve nato ang first, in this case, ang h dayon ang k. So x plus 3, this is equal to, so kana x plus 3 mo na atong x minus h. So x plus 3 is equal to x minus h. Then atong i-transpose ng x to the left side of the equation, mahimo siyang x. So kana siyang x, positive x, mahimong negative x. Then ang atong plus 3, ang mabilin sa pikas is only negative h. And then cancel out ang x. Ang mabilin diri sa left is 3 is equal to negative h. Then ato mang isolve ang h raman yun, so atong i-eliminate ng negative nga sign. So to eliminate this one, ato na siyang i-divide og negative 1. Then ang 3 pod ato pong i-divide og negative 1. So 3 divided by negative 1, we have negative 3. And then negative h by negative 1, it is h. So sa ato pa, h na to is equal to minus 3. Then the same po sa atong y. So, or the same for sa atong k. So y minus 5 muna ang atong y minus k. So ato na siyang i-equate para masolve na to ang value sa k. So y minus 5 is equal to y minus 5 is equal to y minus k. So, transpose ang y to the left. So, y minus 5 is equal to k. Cancel out ang y. So, we have negative 5 is equal to k. Okay. So, our k is equal to negative 5. Sorry. This is negative k. So, negative k pa din na siya. Okay. So, negative k over negative 5. So, to eliminate this negative, ato gyapon siyang i-divide og negative 1. Negative 1. So, our k is equal to negative 5 divided by negative 1, it is positive 5. So, our center now is at hk or negative 3 and 5. Okay? Then, after solving for our center, ato nang isolve ang atong b and a. So, we can solve first for b. So, b squared is our 24. So, b squared is equal to 24. And then, take the square root, both sides. So, b is equal to the square root of 24. Then, atong 24, it is not dili siya perfect square. Okay? So, atong ma-simplify na siya. So, b is equal to, so 24, that is the square root of 4 times 6. 6 times 4 is, or 4 times 6 is equal to 24. Then, atong i-simplify further, we have square root of 4 times the square root of 6. And square root of 4 is equal to 2 square root of 6. So, atong b is equal to 2 square root of 6. Or, pwede po natin na siyang i-calculate kanang 2 times square root of 6 or the square root of 24, that is equal to 4.9. Atong gamitin atong calculator. So, b is equal to 4.9. And then, for a, so a squared nato is 49. So, a squared is equal to 49. Then, taking the square root, ang atong a is equal to the square root of 49. Or a is equal to, sa square root of 49, 7. So, atong a is 49 is a perfect square. So, atong number is an integer, dili sa decimal. So, our a is equal to a nato is equal to 7, atong b is 4.9. Then, solving for c. So, atong formula sa c is equal to the square root of a squared minus b squared. So, c is equal to the square root of, pila itong a squared. A squared is 49 minus b squared. B squared is equal to 24. So 49 minus 24, it is equal to 25. Then our C is equal to square root of 25, it is 5. Okay. So sa atong solution ganina, kaning ellipse nga x plus 3 squared over 24 plus y minus 5 squared over 49 equals 1. Atong na-solve nga ang iyang center is at negative 3, 5. Ang A is 7 and then B equals 4.9 and then C is equal to 5. So first, in plotting this ellipse, atong pangitaon asa dapiting negative 3, 5. So sa atong x and y axis, so this is the x axis, y axis. So negative 3, 5 is at, so there is a negative 3 and then anyang value sa y is 5. So 3, 5. So naadiri nga atong center sa ellipse. C nato is at negative 3, 5. And then, from this C, atong i-plot ang atong major and minor axis or ang atong vertices and co-vertices. So, since kani siya nga equation is this is our A, then this is our B. So, sa atong analyze before, so mao ni siya nga ang denominator sa y is bigger compared sa denominator sa x nga part. So, mas dako man ning denominator sa y part, 49 compared sa 24. So, ang atong ellipse is major axis nato is vertical, minor axis is horizontal. So, kani siya atong V1 and V2. Muna siya ang kuan. Diri nato or ato ni siyang ibase sa atong value nato sa A. So, from the center, so our A is 7. So, count tag 7, down and up. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is now our V1. And then count po tag 7 pataas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is now our V2. So, for our co-vertices, so kaning 4.9, mo measure tagikan sa center of the ellipse 4.9 to the left and to the right. So, from the center, we'll have count tag 4.9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4.9 naa siya duol sa ika-5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Duol na kayo sa 5. So, this is our 4.9. This is our W1. And then, co-vertices W1. And then, from the center to the right, count po taog 4.9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, duol kayo sa kuan. Sa 2. This is our co-vertex nga W2. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4.9. Then, 1, 2, 3, 4.9. Almost 5. So, nanatay V1, V2, W1, and W2. Then, the next is our foci or the focus, F1 and F2. So, atong focus, magbase ta sa atong value sa C. So, count ta og ikan sa center sa ellipse paubos og 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Muna siya atong F1. And then, ikan po to center padlong sa taas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Muna siya atong F2. Okay. So, pwede na itong madrawing ang atong ellipse. The ellipse. Okay. So, atong sumpayan ang atong connecting the dots ta W1, then ay sa V1, and then padlong sa V1 to W2, then dari sa taas bod. So this is now our ellipse. Okay. Now for the location of the points. So V1, V2, W1, and W2. So in finding the location sa ato ang vertices o co-vertices, ari kita magbase sa ato origin sa atong x and y plane kung asang 0. So katong V1 is it is -3 along the x-axis. So this is -3, and then how about along the y-axis? -2. So atong V1 is at -3, -2. Then atong V2, along the x-axis it is also -3. Then along the y-axis it is it is 12. So -3 saka og 12. So -3, 12. How about our F1 sa ta? Kaning nasayon sa mo itong kunon. So atong F1 is at -3 dayong 0. So along the y-axis it is 0. Then atong F2 it is -3 and then -3 saka og pilay saka niya 10. So it is at -3, 10. So natay V1, F1, C set the center, F2 and V2. How about katong W1, atong co-vertex 1? So along the x-axis it is duol na siya sa 8, or it is at, so kaniyong nga point is -7.9. Okay. So 7.9 because RB is equal to 0.9. So kani siya is from here padulong diri is 0.9. So 7.9. Then along the y-axis it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7.9 yung 5. How about this one? So this is along the x-axis. So duol na siya sa 2, or it is at 1.9. 1.9. And then along the y-axis it is 5. Okay. So gamaan na to siya og summary ang atong ellipse. So center. So atong center is at negative 3, 5. Ito yung foci. Ang atong F1 is at negative 3, 0. Ang F2 negative 3, 10. And then vertices. Vertices. Atong V1 is at minus 3, minus 2. Vertex 2, minus 3, 12. Then co-vertices. Co-vertices, ang W1 is at negative 7.9, 5. W2, co-vertex W2, 1.9, and then 5. Let us now check our solution by using the graphing application sa atong. Okay, atong i-input ang ellipse equation nga x plus 3 squared over 24 plus y minus 5 squared over 49 equals 1. So, yun siya pag-input. So, ang x plus 3, so naka-parenthesis siya. x plus 3 squared divided by 24 plus then another parenthesis y minus 5 squared divided by 49 equals 1. Okay? So, makita na itong atong parabola. So, muna siyang parabola nga x plus 3 squared over 24 plus y minus 5 squared equals 1. Okay? So, similar siya sa ato ang drawing. Okay?